President Trump imposing a travel ban to the U.S. on a dozen countries and partial restrictions on entry to the U.S. from several more. Our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce, has the story for us. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Michael. Well, President Trump is now reviving and expanding one of his most controversial policies, targeting a dozen countries with a full travel ban. It means no visitors from these countries, no temporary trips, no permanent moves, and it is sure to face legal challenges. Overnight, President Trump announcing a dramatic escalation in his immigration crackdown.
Very simply, we cannot have open migration from any country where we cannot safely and reliably vet and screen those who seek to enter the United States.
Trump saying that as of midnight on Monday, he is blocking people from 12 countries from entering the U.S., citing national security concerns. The ban mostly impacting travelers from the Middle East and Africa, including Afghanistan, Burma, also known as Myanmar, Chad, the Republic of the Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Haiti, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. Another 7 countries facing partial travel restrictions. People from Burundi, Cuba, Laos, Sierra Leone, Togo, Turkmenistan, and Venezuela will now be unable to come to the U.S. permanently or get student or tourist visas. The White House says they're targeting countries that lack proper vetting, fail to share identity and threat information, or exhibit high visa overstay rates. The president says he's acting now in part because of the recent attack in Boulder, Colorado. An Egyptian man who overstayed his visa charged with a federal hate crime for attacking a group of demonstrators advocating for hostages being held in Gaza.
The recent terror attack in Boulder, Colorado has underscored the extreme dangers posed to our country by the entry of foreign nationals who are not properly vetted, as well as those who come here as temporary visitors and overstay their visas. We don't want them.
Egypt is not one of the countries included in the ban, though the president is asking his team to review the country's practices and procedures. The new restrictions reminiscent of one of the most chaotic and controversial orders of Trump's first term. Trump barring travel from several Muslim-majority countries, an effort that faced swift legal challenges and was ultimately heavily restricted by the courts. But on the campaign trail, Trump promised to revive it.
The travel ban is coming back even bigger than before.
This new ban is much broader in scope than Trump's first attempt, but still certain to face legal challenges. There is significant overlap between Trump's original 2017 travel ban and this new effort. The only countries not included this go-round, Iraq and Syria. Democrats already sounding the alarm. Senator Adam Schiff warning the ban, quote, will only further isolate the U.S. from the rest of the world, adding bigotry is not a national security strategy. Now, this is just the latest escalation in the president's aggressive immigration policies. The president is also announcing plans to block Harvard University's international students from entering the U.S., a move that may violate a recent court order.
So we totally understand.
I'm sorry. I just realized I was on mute. I just did all that stuff and I was on mute. Struggle streaming out here. I'm sorry. I'm tripping. It's Saturday. It's whatever. I'm sorry. I'm back. Joseph Ward here on the Shoulders of Giants. Thank you all for tuning in. We are going to get it in today. I got a good conversation, a good discussion, and it's centering around what's in the best interest of America, because that's one of the things, the central things about this travel ban that's been imposed by Donald Trump is what's in the best interest of America. But we're going to tease it in the first part of the conversation, but in the second part of the conversation, we're going to get into like really the best interest of America. But as far as how does Black America's behavior and our actions play into the best interest for us or the best interest of America? That's what we're getting into. But you know, I got to give a big shout out to my brother Henry Raw's brother Raw, Henry Raw, for coming around last week and us having a great conversation about breaking the chains of psychological slavery. I was able to go on his channel. We had a good conversation on his channel. I forgot to put the links in the bio, but in the description rather, but I'm gonna come back and put the links in the description of my conversation with Brother Raw and my interview on his channel. So of course, we got to keep that thing going because he came and he dropped some heat on us. So thank you all for tuning in. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Y'all know what that finger means. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe, share. I think I'm being shadow banned right now. I think YouTube on that shadow ban and stuff. So I really need y'all to hit that like button. I really need y'all to jump in them comments and make sure that we are helping this information get out. Because the whole purpose of On the Shoulders of Giants, the first purpose is to tell the stories of the sung and unsung heroes of the African diaspora. If you don't know, I created On the Shoulders of Giants in the beginning because young Black kids didn't know our history. They didn't know our heroes. They didn't know those who paved the way for us, those shoulders that we stand on. So I made sure that I created a platform so our youth could be able to learn about our history. And then it expanded to conversations that Pat and I was having, and Pat and I and PC were having on the phone. So our original podcast started because of phone conversations, and then we are getting into what we're doing now. We're on the Shoulders of Giants and having all the conversations and bringing you this information. But I want to say that, and also I want to give a big shout out to Michael Anthony Clark Jr. I appreciate your support, my brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you want to support On the Shoulders of Giants, I have my memberships unlocked. So if you want to become a member of the channel, you can now become a member. You can hit the super like button. Got stuff in the description, all the things that you can support. But remember, big shout out to Patrick Irvin, Professor Carl Tone Jones. Support those brothers. Those brothers are doing great things in their community. Professor Carl Tone Jones is doing great things in Philly, and Patrick is doing great things in Charlotte. So man, let's get into it. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. We're about to jump into this because Donald Trump has imposed his new travel ban. And this new travel ban is banning travel from 12 countries, and a lot of those countries are Black countries, or countries on the African continent, or countries with melanated people. And so you see the title, or you see the thumbnail, Make America White Again. So let's talk about it, right? So Trump goes on a tirade during the election about all the illegal immigrants that are coming in. Trump goes off all these illegal immigrants that the Democrats are letting in. Now, when we were having our podcast in the past and we were going in on the Democrats because they deserved it, we also told people that the Republicans have not done anything for Black people either. So don't go running to that party. Just because we pulling the carpet on these people don't mean we're telling you to go to these people. Don't mean we're telling you these people are better. But we all know Trump is who he is. He's a big old baby. And he's going to do the crazy stuff that he do, right? And so here we come now to this travel ban on these specific countries. And in my opinion, it's a part of the whitening of America because we have a lot of information, a lot of conversations around immigrants who come in from specific countries who are classified as white, even though their race isn't white, their racial classification will be white. We also have history of America blocking immigrants or refugees, even refugees coming from Black countries. I remember when I was young, the float of the Haitians that was coming into the port of Miami, I believe, that were denied entry. And it was because of the country that they came from. They came from Haiti. Remember, Haiti is still being punished for whooping the white folk in the Haitian Revolution. They're still being punished. They're being punished economically, but they're also being punished in any other way that these Americans can. So my brother says, what is America's interest and why would this interest matter to FBA? It wouldn't matter to us. And that's the whole point. So you jumping ahead, but I appreciate you for tuning in. I appreciate you. But yes, our interest, FBA interest, Black American interest, and American interests don't line up. The only way Black interests will line up with American interests is if our behavior is helping to support and uplift and move forward the system of white supremacy. That's the only way that our interest and white American interests will line up, is if our behavior is manifesting itself in a way that helps to prop up the system of white supremacy, right? Said, but that country where United States, we didn't want to accept none of them. No. Right. France too, right? Says, we don't want no immigrants. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay, whatever. It says, as we shouldn't. Hey, if they're coming in illegal, there's a process to come in America. We all understand that that is a process to coming into America. We're not going to back off what we've been saying. Yes, there is a process to come into America. But as we know, certain countries are being shut out of America and certain countries not. The ones who can come in and be classified as the whites, well, they getting entries. The ones that are not going to be classified as whites, well, they not getting the entry. But we know we have a history of this happening in America. So let's get into this article real quick, and I'm gonna jump back into these comments. It says, President Donald Trump signed a proclamation Wednesday evening to ban travel from several countries to the U.S., citing security risks. The ban will fully restrict entry of nationals from 12 countries, and those 12 countries are Afghanistan, Myanmar, also known as Burma, Chad, the Republic of Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Haiti, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. And so once again, it's Myanmar or Burma, Chad, the Republic of Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Haiti, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. Right. So these countries are now the 12 countries that are now being banned. It says people from 7 countries will have partial restriction. And so these are the countries with partial restriction into the U.S., which is Burundi, Cuba, Laos, Sierra Leone, Togo, Turkmenistan, and Venezuela. The proclamation includes exceptions for lawful permanent residents, existing visa holders, certain visa categories, and individuals whose entry serves U.S. national interest. And that's why I'm getting at, to the point that I'm getting at. What it says, the proclamation includes exceptions for lawful permanent residents, including, residents, existing visa holders, certain visa categories for individuals whose entry serve U.S. national interests. And this is an article from CNN. All right. The president made the final call on signing the proclamation after the anti-Semitic attack in Boulder, Colorado, according to the White House official. He was considering it beforehand, but Sunday's assault put it into motion faster. That's according to this article and the White House official. The suspect in the attack, however, was from Egypt, and Egypt is not on the list of banned countries. Right, so hold on. It says, fell asleep last night listening to the episode talking about AI. Thank you. Our people have no idea what's ahead, and it's scary as I would be. Thank you. I appreciate you, Paula. I appreciate you. We put that episode together because, you know, we've been talking about what's going to happen to Black America in the future for a while. So we want to make sure we stay on top of that. It says, and we voted for Trump to get him out. And we voted for that Trump to get him out. Okay. And it says, all the countries we should take the goal. Yeah, okay. Why don't you go move at home country that you want to defend them so much? Just keep commenting, because that's gonna help my channel get out more. I mean, you can feel how you want to feel. We gonna agree to disagree, my brother. That's how we doing it. We are travelers, baby. Do you feel me, baby? Hey, man. So we have to be able to look at it. We have to be able to look at it. Certain countries are being banned and certain countries are not. Which countries serve the best interest of the U.S., right? So, according to the White House official, because of the attack in Boulder, Colorado, where the dude had the Molotov cocktails, the guy that was the Egyptian guy, and he had the shirt off in front of the building with the Molotov cocktails, and he was going crazy out there. And according to the White House official, they're saying this is what pushed Trump over the edge to say, all right, well, now we got to put this travel ban in because we got to keep these specific countries out that are these thug countries, are these bad countries, and we got to keep America safe. And once again, I'm all for proper entry into the U.S. I don't think we should just be allowing people to come into the U.S. all willy-nilly. There are certain exceptions for certain situations, but there are proper steps to take for those certain exceptions in those certain situations. I don't think any country should just allow an influx of people to just come across their borders all willy-nilly. The local governments have an obligation to the local populations to serve the indigenous or the domestic populations. The governments have that duty. They have to serve those domestic populations. If you are able to give aid to others, then give aid to others. Of course, you know, we've been taught by the master teachers, and especially one of them come to mind now, Neely Fuller, when he's talking about giving the most help, but giving constructive help to those who need it the most. So if somebody needs constructive help, then we need to make sure that we're giving constructive help. But we have to be in a position to give help. And if we're not in a position to give help, then we got to roll it back and make sure that we're putting ourselves in a position to actually give help, right? But Black America in itself, we're not in a position to help anybody else. And that's going to be, I'm going to go more into that in the second half of this conversation, but Black America, we're not in a position to help anybody else, right? So we're really just sitting on the sidelines looking at this and waving our finger at Trump. But we all knew Trump was going to do what Trump do. We all know Trump is who he is. He's a big asshole. He's a big ass child. He's an old child. He's never changed. I don't expect him to not be who he is, right? And so I also expect him to do two things. I expect him to rally against the system, and I expect him to also carry out American interest. And bringing these specific groups in, as they stated, it helps to serve U.S. national interest. The groups that are locked out, these are countries that are being stigmatized, being demonized, because we know how America does. If America starts to demonize you and propagandize on you and talk bad about you and make you look subhuman, they're trying to wipe you out. They're trying to disrupt some stuff, right? These are countries that are seen as enemy countries, even though countries that have been taken off the ban list have had history of being the enemy countries, right? But somehow, some way, they now serve American interest. So, cheers. Cheers to you too, my brother. Cheers to you too. Like she said, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. All I'm saying is looking at this is, okay, in a larger scheme, I think we need to really understand the depth of the diaspora wars, but we also need to understand the depth of population size, population numbers, right? You need a specific number of people per group to have a certain amount of power per group, right? So looking at it from a bigger picture, and I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, hey, I'm not afraid to be wrong. But I'm going out on a limb because I've been feeling this for a minute, and that's why I've kind of constructed the show the way I constructed it. So I need y'all to roll with me on this one, right? So in the beginning, right, I remember PC. See, PC know everybody. I remember PC connected me and Pat with a brother from Nubia, and the brother from Nubia has full African features. And this brother was fighting for over 20 years to have his racial category changed from white to black, because as an African brother from the continent with full African features, looking like an African brother, because his skin was light enough, he was classified as white. You have an influx of people from specific countries coming into the United States who racially are not white, but are being classified as white. You have, there's a recent rise in the black population in America, right? Black populations, my whole life has been stagnant, right? My whole life, and even before I was born, but I just know my whole life, an influx of people from black countries has not been allowed. Whenever black populations get past a certain amount, certain things happen to reduce that black population. We are fighting against each other. Internal fighting, men against the women, women against the men, men and the women against the children, children against the women and men, the elders against the youngsters against the elders, the light skins against the dark skins against the light skins, the educated versus the uneducated, the rich versus the poor. The tribalism is rich amongst Black Americans and is rich amongst the Black or the African diaspora, rather. Our children are suffering and struggling in school overall. Overall educational attainment is not what it needs to be for Black Americans. I saw something that said our spending power, quotation marks, spending power has increased. Basically, we're spending more money, but the question is, my question always is, when people are talking about our spending power, has Black America's wealth, overall wealth, increased or decreased? Because the spending, so-called spending power, all that means is this is how much money we spend with other people. This is not how much money that we retain. This is how much money that we spend with other people, right? So this is just how I'm thinking, right? And I'm letting y'all in on my thoughts, my inner thoughts, right? So I'm like, okay, they're banning a lot of these countries, especially countries, these African countries. And I get it that there's strife between countries. There's violence. There's a lot of things that's happening. But also countries that were taken off the ban list, the same thing. If you want to talk about terrorism, crime, and all these things, same thing for countries that were taken off of the list. But a lot of African people, Black countries, are on this ban list. A lot of countries that have a lot of Black people are on this ban list, right? So no influx of Black people coming in. You have a slight rise in Black population. We know when that slight rise happened, they make sure other Blacks aren't coming in, because we got a rise in the Black population. So you're not going to let more Black people in, because Black population can only get but so far. You can only get so much, right? I read somewhere last week that if the Black population increases more than 8% in specific, and it was talking about in specific enclaves. So let's say You have a white population who moves to this area and a black population who moves to this area, and that black population exceeds over 8%, then they gonna trip. They either gonna move or do what they need to do to reduce that black population. But overall, going back to what I said earlier, remembering that the black population has never hit a real peak within my lifetime. I'm 41 years old. It's never hit a real apex, right? It'll have a rise and it'll have a fall ever, but it's never really peaked. It's never really peaked. And from some of the information I came across yesterday was saying that the black population has risen a bit, right? And this was by the Pew Research. It says the black population in the U.S. has grown by a third since 2000, from 36.2 million in 2000 to 48.3 million in 2023. So internal strife is important, because internal strife within the black community is on par with American interest, right? I appreciate you. I missed that. I appreciate you though. We are on life support. We are on life support. But that's why I'm talking what I'm talking. That's why I'm having this conversation, right? Let's have this conversation. And if I'm wrong, please tell me I'm wrong. If I'm off, let me help me get on the right track. But this is just what I'm thinking, that if we're talking about what serves American interests, black people actually getting along, black families, healthy black families existing and flourishing, don't serve American interests. Black people loving black people don't serve American interests. Black people excelling in school en masse doesn't serve American interests, especially if black people are excelling in school en masse and focusing on helping and building black. That doesn't serve American interests. Black people looking out for black people, investing in black people, loving black people, cherishing black people, nurturing ourselves in our communities, actually building real community does not serve American interests. It doesn't. But what does is us acting a damn fool. So some weirdo. Yeah. Hey, it is something in the chat, but you know, I hope they bring in more people, you know. It is some weirdos in this chat. So they want to, yes. We know that. They want their country back. When they said make America great again, we know what that meant. Like, because for us, America has never been great. So when they said make America great again, hey, let's bring America back to the olden days when white people were in charge and black people knew their place. Make America white again. Put the white population in the driver's seat again. Put the white population in the place where they're not threatened by the other population. Because remember, at that time when America was so-called great for them, it was only two main populations, the black population and the white population. We were the second-class citizens. Now there's the black population, the Asian population, Hispanic population, Arab population, all these other populations, right? And the white population. And white people are looking around and like, dang. So if they're not classifying them or identifying with the white people, then they are seen as an enemy, right? Already, it says we have actually declined from our peak, which have reached since. We are not on time, close 25% of the country, and due to topic, they limit African and increase. Right. What's going on, A Poem? I appreciate you tuning in. Make sure y'all hit that like button, comment, subscribe, share, jump in the comments, tell me your thoughts. Sure it does. I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about on this point, Anthony. Give me a little more clarity on that. Am I hearing something else here? I'm not sure what you're referencing to exactly. Let me know, please. Interesting, we always seem stuck on a certain number. Glad to see the growth. I'm glad. So if this Pew Research, if the numbers from the Pew Research are correct, then it's saying the Black population has increased from 36.2 million to 48.3 million. And these are 2023 stats. All right. Right. Back. Right. Does Justin Bieber? I don't know nothing about Justin Bieber. I have no idea. I don't know. So, all right. So let's get into this young lady giving up thoughts on the state of the relationship between the Black man and the Black woman. Because if our relationship is broken, it's off, it's damaged, then we are serving the interest of our oppressors and helping to keep ourselves apart, keep our family apart, keep our communities apart. So let's listen to what this young lady got to say, and then I'm gonna come back and give my thoughts.
We totally understand what has happened in America. We totally understand the programming that has happened. They want everybody to live in their emotions, which is why they tell women it is okay to live in your emotions. And now they have remove the man from the home. So now the emotional woman is raising the children. Now the children are growing up to be emotional men, and there is no balance in the world. Everybody is out of alignment. Women are not in the alignment of women, and men are not in the alignment of men. We are like women. Y'all make things way more complicated than what it has to be. Once you spiritually awaken and you move to the logical side, you start to see the delusional mindset that we are trained to have. Like women are truly trained to live in their emotions instead of being programmed to be conscious. The man is supposed to lead because he brings in the balance. Yes, the woman is the queen, but the man also helps the woman be balanced and stable. Women are not stable without a man. I do not care, because look at the world. The world is being ran by women spiritually, and that is the issue. Everything is being twisted, and we are so sick of it. We are so sick of having to dumb ourselves down for the world. We are so sick of having to talk in a human way because women are going to disagree. We are so sick of having to be human. Why can't y'all just wake up to the fact that y'all are wrong? How about that y'all have to accept that y'all are wrong? Y'all sit around here asking God for clarity.
They full of
y'all
pride.
Sit around here asking, oh God, why? And then when God comes and gives you the clarity, because it's not coming the way that the world has taught you, which is shaking your butt or through toxic music, y'all don't want to hear it. Oh my gosh, Black people are far too gone. At this point, it is no point trying to help all Black people. It is about you building your individual consciousness and creating a family based off that. Because the rest of these Black people are lost and traumatized and programmed, and they're fighting to stay on the side of the YT people, and they're fighting the conscious Black people who is trying to pull them out. Because
salute, queen.
Oh baby, we
salute,
y'all. Oh my. Disgusted.
Like Ali is saying, she's emotional as hell, but she is speaking truth. Now, I saw that clip, and I ain't gonna lie, it was one of many clips that I had saw during the week that I felt were really hitting upon what's going on in our community. Like, we've really brought into the bullshit. We've really brought into the bullshit, and we've become each other's biggest enemies. We really believe the narratives. Do we have problems in our community? Yes. Are all black men good? No. Are all black women good? No. Have we hurt each other? Yes. Do we have bridges to rebuild? Yes. But it can be done, and it needs to be done. It has to be done, right? Now, one of the truths that she was speaking is everybody not gonna make it. And that's the sad part about it, especially someone like me, to have to come to the realization, because PC and Pat get on me all the time. They laugh at me because they tell me I'm still the optimistic one. And yes, I do still have a smidget of hope, but I know we all ain't gonna make it. We're not all gonna make it. And it's a reality that we have to be able to swallow, right? But we have to be able to salvage what we have, right? So the black people, the black men and the black women who say we give a damn, we have to actually show behavior patterns that prove we give a damn. So that means actually, like, we've said this plenty of times, one of the most revolutionary things that we can do as black people is to create healthy families, healthy, loving families where black men and black women love each other. We are cherishing each other. We're uplifting each other. We have each other's back. We're empowering each other. We are actually planning for a family, not just out here just making babies, slanging baby juice everywhere willy-nilly, but actually family planning, right? If we're not doing that, like, we can't complain. You can't complain about the white man, the white man is, the white man that, the white man is, when you are doing exactly what the white man programmed you to do as far as destroying yourself. Now, we get it. Some people don't know no better. And some of these people that don't know no better, I don't know if we can help them. But in my opinion, there's some people who are worse than the ones who don't know no better. There are people who know better that we still can't help. They know better, and we still can't help. Their behavior patterns consistently show that they don't give a damn about the advancement of the black community. So we ain't gonna save everybody. We ain't gonna save everybody, right? Yeah, she was definitely cooking, Ali. She was definitely cooking, right? We're not all gonna make it to the championship, but we all here for practice. Those who want it, jump on the bandwagon. Those who don't, got to go. But those who want it, we got to be for real about it. We can't just be the talkers. Like, in your everyday life, like being real with yourself. In your everyday life, what are you doing every day to help empower yourself as a black person? If you have a family, to empower your immediate family, your extended family, your community, your neighborhood. How are you helping to make things better in your personal life and in the lives of those around you? What impact are you actually truly making on people? And ain't nobody trying to tell you to put a cape on and go try to save the world. All you got to do is go out and just do what you do best. What is that? And how are you using your gifts, your skills, your talents to actually make it better for us? Because right now, we tripping. I think marriage rates, let me try to see the black population, I think black America. So it says, according to the Pew Research, black Americans are less likely than other Americans to be married. About half of black adults, 48%, have never been married, compared to 28% of non-black adults. Black men in 2023 were more likely than black women to be married, and that's 36% of black men to be married and 29% of women, black women. In turn, black women are more likely than black men to be divorced, separated, or widowed, right? So we aren't married like that. We aren't marrying like that. We aren't creating families and holding families together, right? He says, bro, we're doing our best. Yes, the government is bad, but we ain't doing our best. I disagree. I disagree with you. I disagree with you on that we are doing our best. Now, you may be doing your best as an individual, and those around you may be doing your best. I'm not gonna deny that. I don't know you and I don't know your experience, so I can't say what you aren't doing. But we can't sit here and act like overall that we choosing to do our best. Look at the state of our communities. Look at the state of our communities when it's left up to us to take care of them en masse. Shout out to the black communities and the black people who actually keep it together, who ain't no trash on the ground. We actually get along in the community. We actually look out for each other. Like, we actually function like a real community. Shout out to that. But that's far and few. If we being real, we don't give a damn about making sure that we are a better group of people as a whole. We don't give a damn about that if we being real. Shout out to everybody who is. We're not going to overlook those who are doing their best. But I'm not going to say that we are in mass doing our best. Is the government bad? Yes. Is the government about that bullshit? Yes. Every time they get a chance to kick us, they do kick us. So I'm not totally disagreeing with you, but I will say in mass, black people don't give a damn. I will say that, right? So straight up. I appreciate you. I appreciate that, man. Yes. We make kids. We make babies. The problem with us is we making babies with people we don't like. We're making babies with people that we've been historically programmed and trained to hate, to have resentment against, to objectify, to look down on. Black men and black women are at odds with each other right now. And I can guarantee you, for the most part, most black men and black women don't even have a clue why we're at odds against each other. They just know that's the narrative. F them and F them, right? They have no idea that the puppet master is pulling the strings, right? But it's up to us to get away to break the hold. White America came in our house and kicked our cup of milk over. Just peed all over the house. But it's our house. And we got to clean up our house. Ain't nobody else gonna clean up our house. We got to clean up our own house. We got to get our black families back together. We have to give a damn about each other. Nobody else has an obligation to give a damn about black people in America. Nobody else has that. Why would they? We are competition to them. I put out a video not too long ago about the lack of competitiveness in Black America. We've rendered ourselves obsolete, as Dr. Claude Anderson would say. We've put ourselves in the position to not only fight from behind, but we got to dig ourselves out of a hole just to get up to the ground level to fight from behind, because of what we have failed to do for ourselves, especially when it comes down to making sure that black people take care of black people. Black people love black people. We don't love ourselves. Vacant esteem, what Dr. Joy DeGruy talked about. Go back and look at my videos, my book readings of Dr. Joy DeGruy's post-traumatic slave syndrome, when she was talking about vacant esteem, the lack of or the absence of esteem in the individual black person as well as the group. We don't love ourselves as individuals, and we don't love ourselves as a group. We are at opposition with each other. The tribalism is showing, right? And the white people are eating it up. The white people are eating it up. They're like, yes, Negroes, keep fighting against each other. Yes, black women. Yes, you strong black women. You don't need that black man. And yes, strong black man, because they want black women to be like, I'm a strong black independent woman and I don't need nobody. And they want the black men to be like, save yourselves, black men. They want us to be opposing each other. So the last clip I'm gonna show is a result of why us being in opposition with each other is not good for our future. Listen to what this young lady is going to say about her time and being a teacher.
Now that I am no longer a teacher, thank God, I can finally say the things that have been on my mind all school year, okay? As somebody that taught high school and basically educating our new young adults, we should all be scared. Every last one of us should be scared. These kids cannot read, they cannot write, there is no type of comprehension skills, no type of critical thinking. They cannot do anything on their own. They expect everything to be taught to them. Well, I won't even say taught. They expect everything to be given to them. So in my class, we did this thing where I made them write once a week. So they would have some type of assignment where they would have to write at least a paragraph, meaning 5 sentences. 5 sentences. The amount of assignments that I got in with 1 sentence, 2 sentences, the amount of complaints I got with the whole 5 sentences, that's too much, that's too much. Can we do 3? Can we do 3? Isn't 3 considered a paragraph? Oh, baby. We are in for a wild ride, y'all. Every assignment that I gave them, I kid y'all not, every assignment that I gave them, there was a student that came to, several students that came to my desk and asked me to walk them through the entire assignment, the whole thing. But genuinely, the truth of the matter is everybody is failing these kids. Everybody. The school board with all these different rules, they're failing these kids. The principals or admin altogether, they're failing these kids, and they're failing the teachers because they're basically telling us that we had to just pass a child along just to keep these graduation numbers up. So everybody. Oh, and don't get me started on the parents. Like, I would call and say, hey, your child is failing, and the first thing is, well, why didn't I know about this? Probably because you didn't answer the phone. Probably because you didn't respond to my emails. On top of that, you have 24-hour access to Power School. When I tell y'all it is horrible, like, the parents that are here now are not the parents that we had growing up. My parents checked my Power School weekly. And still to this day, my brother just graduated high school a few weeks ago, and still to this day, his grades were checked. Everybody's grades were checked. So unfortunately, it's not these kids' faults. I mean, yeah, they're lazy, but like, what are you supposed to do when all you got to do is tell your mama, well, she failing me, and the school board is going to accommodate that parent? Like, it's crazy, y'all. We should be very scared for our new nurses, our new doctors, our new everybody. These colleges are going to have to start lowering their requirements. They're going to have to start lowering the fact, or just lowering everything, because the way that stuff is going now, the amount of kids that are going to come into these schools and they cannot read, they cannot write, they cannot do anything without AI. We should be scared. We should really be scared.
Goddamn right, we should be scared. We should be scared. We've put our children in a bad position. The The horrible relationship between black men and women have left the children in a situation where they are behind. We just did our breakdown Friday on how the coming of AI is predicted to drastically change the job market and the landscape of labor and what it looks like. They're predicting 20 to 30% of the population to not be able to have skills that translate over. And so if our children are not receiving proper education, and let's say they have the lowest education and they have the lowest skill sets, they are the ones who will be replaced first. I'll say it again. If our children have the lowest education attainments and then the lowest actual skill sets and job experience, they will be replaced first. We have dropped the ball on our children because we've dropped the ball on ourselves. If you don't love yourselves, you're not going to pour into your children, especially if you're having children for crazy means. You're having children just because, hey, you bust a nut. You're having children just because you had sex, or you're having children to get back at somebody, to trap somebody, whatever the crazy reason you're having children, but it hasn't been planned out to actually have a family. And you didn't plan to have a family, a healthy family. You didn't plan to put the children in an environment that will properly nurture them and properly help them grow like they're supposed to. How the hell are they supposed to go to school and do what they're supposed to do? How are they supposed to attain what they're supposed to attain in school? How are they supposed to excel in school? My mom was the mom who would show up to school in the middle of the day. My mom would just pop up in the middle of the day. So my mom used to wear dashikis a lot and like African print dresses a lot back in the days. She was in her African phase, right? And so people at my middle school thought I was African because my mom showed up so much. Like, she was always popping up, and she had the right. So because I was a little wild in middle school. I was a little wild in middle school, not crazy, but a little wild. So she had a right to pop up, but she was popping up, checking on my stuff. And the last thing I wanted was my mom to tell my dad that I wasn't performing well in school, because I didn't want to have that conversation, that confrontation, or either something else with my dad, right? And so the point I'm making is, my parents, because they had the esteem in themselves, even though the relationship didn't work out, I wish it would have, but it didn't, they still poured into my brother and I academically. So my father has had 4 children, and all 4 of his sons have gone to college. Myself and my oldest brother have graduated from college. My 2 younger brothers right now are in college, because not only did my dad sacrifice as far as paying for our college, making sure we were poured into academically, make sure we were poured into as his children. We have to be able to do that for the children that we produce. You can't just be out here all willy-nilly. We tripping with that. Says they don't want to be like Common, they want mainstream. I can't lie. You like who you like, but yes, they don't want. We're talking about the mainstream media, if the mainstream media is going to continue doing this, going to do, then of course it's not going to promote anything that's positive for Black people. We all heard the rapper say that the media is like the third parent, right? Because the parents aren't raising the kids, right? Hey, yeah, and please chill out in the comments. If y'all going back, if this ain't the comment section for that, please. All right. Black women talk that I don't need stuff until the roof of the car needs repair or the door gets broken at night. Right. So we do have a lot of talking conversation, a lot of back and forth banter. It is a section of women who think like that, right? It is a section of women who think like that. But it's also a section of men who enable the behavior. Yeah. Shout out to you, Synovia. I appreciate you. He said men aren't wanted until they're needed. Right. But we do have men who enable that behavior, and that's the problem with that too. Right. The education standard is very low among our people. Yes. We don't give a damn about our kids' education, and that's a problem. We did a show a while ago about campaigning to have more black men in college. Black men aren't going to go to college if nobody's pouring into them academically when they're young. We have to pour into our kids academically when they're young. Even if you don't have children, find a way to pour into children academically. Become a part of something. Don't be the person that's on the sideline just complaining. Get out there and get active. Become a part of something. Create something. Shalom to you, Mr. Damon. Shalom to you, my brother. Says, black women walked up on me and asked if I'd give her a ride. I told her to see an optometrist and have her eyes checked. Y'all wow. Y'all wow. Too much casual sex producing babies and adults don't. The craziest thing ever, Ali. The craziest thing ever. I don't like you. I don't like you, and I don't trust you as the father or mother of my child. But I'll make a baby with you, or I'll have your baby. The craziest thing ever. The programming has worked. The programming has worked. The Negro mindset programming has worked. The Willie lynching has worked. You can't produce a number of healthy adults in environments like that. Environments full of negativity, hate, lust, greed, pride, all the things that don't help a child grow and manifest into something great. Can't be the majority of the environments that our children grow up in. It just can't be. I have 3 children, one speaks 3. I don't know what that means, Ricardo. No. Okay. Hold on, he's saying it again. I have 3 children, one speaks 2 Asian language fluently, and all graduated from school. Many of their non-black constituents didn't, so who dropped. Well, shout out to you, Ricardo. Shout out to you for you pouring into your children. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. Break up the black family. Right. That was the whole plan. Break up the black family dynamic. Get these Negroes to hating each other. Once they get us to hating each other, they got us. Right now, we're playing right into their hands. It's like fishing with a net with the bait in there. The bait is the riches, the glory, the success, the individual stuff, the shine, the pats on the head from the white society, the crumbs of the crumbs of the crumbs from the table, the carrot and the stick, right? To break up the black family dynamic. We need black families. Black families are the cornerstone of black communities, of black neighborhoods, of a black nation, of a black society. We need black families. Minorities should marry each other or we all disappear. Or, we try not to use the label we're not using the label minority on us. We're going to say foundational black Americans, whatever we want to call us, but we're not going to use the term minority. But yes, we need to marry our own people or we will disappear. Now, the marriage rate, the black male marriage rate has dropped from 85% to 79%. So we have more black men marrying now, and we do have more black women marrying now, but there's a larger number of black men marrying outside of the race than black women. Now, a lot of black men say that's because of the attitude that black women have and the experiences that they have had. So I'm listening to both sides. Both black men and black women have had bad experiences in the dating market or in relationships or being married to other black people. We are hurt people hurting each other. And a lot of us don't realize it. Think about all the things that have happened to Black people. And we haven't had any treatment for it, any help for it. I got a college education. I'm a retired airframe and power plant technician. Remember, they are shipping the illegals back, those positions. Right, they do. That's why our children have to be skilled. Yes, Mr. Damon, yes. Our children have to be skilled. They have to be skilled. I took a tour of my old high school. James S. Ricketts High School here in Tallahassee, Florida, 3013 Jim Lee Road on the south side, right? So they have a welding program at Ricketts High School. You can enter the welding program as a 9th grader. By the time you graduate high school, you are pretty much halfway through the welding program that you would post-graduation. And it's a step to helping you build the skills that you need that can translate into the future. Our skill sets have to be able to translate into the future. Yes, Ricardo. Yes. Yes. More power to you. Synovia, you own it. More power to you. More power to all of the families in here. Yes. 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 Like, I love man, I love y'all, man. Damn, I love y'all, man. I love the love that's in this comment section today. I love the love that y'all show each other throughout the videos and things. Damn, I love that. This is what we're supposed to be doing. We have to be examples of what we want the larger society to be. We have to do our best. Now, I'm not asking anybody to be perfect. I'm not asking anybody to not have any faults. I'm not asking anybody to not make mistakes. I'm not asking anybody to not continue to grow. But what I am saying is, let's do our best to put our best every day, put our best foot forward every day, to be our best, to treat people as best as we can, especially Black people. We have our let me bring it up. Our codes of conduct. We have our PAC's code of conduct. Hold on, let me find this. thepacs.org. We have our code of conduct, right? And just take you through this real quick, because we talk about the positive acknowledgement rule within our code of conduct, right? Shout out to Patrick for getting his website together and uploading all the information and being able to maintain it the way it is. So the positive acknowledgement rule, right? Make every effort to acknowledge and or at a minimum greet members of your community when in their presence. Greeting people is the first step in building a relationship with them. And in our current situation, we need to build as many relationships inside the community as we can. The deep ramifications of simply acknowledging someone's presence cannot be overstated. You could prevent someone from committing self-deletion, meet a lifelong friend or a business partner, or find a job for someone else you know, all because you simply nodded your head and said hello, right? The positive acknowledgement rule. The positive acknowledgement rule, right? Hold up. And so that right there, like we created that for a reason. We wanted to, hold up, I don't think y'all can see that. Hold on. There we go. I'm sorry about that. So this is the website. It's thepacs.org. Hey, I'm working out some of these live streaming bugs. Y'all forgive me and work with me. We're gonna build this plane as we go, and working out some of these live streaming bugs. But once again, the positive acknowledgement rule. Make every effort to acknowledge and or at a minimum greet members of your community when in their presence, right? We just briefly take you all through these rules that we created years ago. The Vegas rule: what goes on in the Black community is discussed and resolved with the Black community, right? Being able to take care of the house. That doesn't mean sweep anything under the rug. That means we ain't got to tell everybody our business. We don't got to get on the internet and spread. Look at how that has gone wrong. Look at what we've taught future generations about each other and how to hate and not like each other, and how to look down on each other, how to not trust each other. We don't trust each other. Black people don't trust each other. We gotta get better. We gotta do better. Good faith rule: communicate in good faith to identify issues and problem solve. Yes, we can't be arguing, fussing, and fighting to solve our problems. We can't be doing that. It doesn't work. They don't need no explanation. It don't work. Conservation of energy rule: make an effort to get involved with projects that generate collective statements regarding any issues that negatively impact Black communities. So, like I was saying earlier, join something. If you're not going to create, if it's something that needs to be created, create it. The wheel doesn't need to be created. Join something. Become a part of something. Help something. Conserve the energy. We don't have to be competing with each other to help each other. Just do that. Help each other. I did the positive acknowledgement rule. The levels to this rule: recognize levels and address them accordingly when it comes to credibility in research and expertise of fields. It's levels to this. It's not just surface level. It might not even be 3 levels deep. You have to do your research. You have to have the critical thinking about what we are researching, what we're presenting, what we're talking about. We can't just be jumping out there talking about stuff we don't know what we're talking about. We're gonna make ourselves look bad. Our credibility will be ruined, and yeah, we out there looking crazy, right? Cracking the concrete rule: when achieving certain levels of knowledge and or power to progress the movement, creating opportunities for others to use the same pathways already forged. Reach back and help somebody. Reach back and help somebody. How are you helping others become great? That's what leadership is all about. Everybody want to be a leader, but don't nobody want to really lead, right? That's what leadership is really about. How are you helping others become great, right? Cracking the concrete rule, man. We have to reach back and help others get through the concrete as well. The daily affirmation rule: speak out loud daily affirmations that value your importance to the Black community and humanity. I love being Black. I love my Black self. I love my Black people. I love my Black women. I love my Black men. I love my Black children. I love my Black community. I love everything about my Blackness. I love who I am, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. Daily affirmation rule: no bystander rule. Only press record when necessary. Otherwise, assist in de-escalating and removing Black life from potentially dangerous and harmful environments or situations. The key word in this is de-escalating. To help de-escalate. Help preserve Black life. Make sure we're not the ones who are taking our life, because right now it seems like we're the main ones who are taking our own lives. The KKK don't have to ride. These neo-Nazi groups and stuff don't have to ride. All these other crazy folk don't have to ride. The anti-Black people don't have to ride, because the Black people are the new anti-Black people. Know yourself rule. Subscribe, take notes, and independently research historical content that directly points to your current existence. To your current existence. How is what you're studying helping you right now in America as a Black person in 2025, wherever you may reside, and whatever state that you are in, and whatever issues that you may have? How is your education, or what you're learning and what you're researching, helping you actually solve your problems? Black economic rule: buy Black, Review black. Respect black dollars. Black businesses versus black customers. Black businesses and black customers have to work together. We are in this together. We are on the same team. Buy black, review black, respect black dollars. The black dollar has to circulate more into the black community. The simple fact that the black dollar leaves the black community so fast shows our lack of care, love, and interest, and even the imagination of black America really growing. We want everybody else to grow because we want to look like everybody else, and we want everybody else's adoration but ours. So we're spending more money to be hated. Think about how much money we spend every year to be hated by the people who have historically hated us. That's crazy. No generalization rule. No negative generalizations or smear campaigns against other community members. We're going to say the truth, but we're not going to generalize everybody. We're going to call out who are the culprits. Everybody ain't doing it, but the ones who are making it bad for everybody. And the last is the Sambo rule. Any black person that proves to be against the community is not protected by these codes of conduct. If meritorious manumission is your ultimate goal, you are not protected by the codes of conduct. You are not protected by the community. You let those white folk protect you. You let the people who you tap dancing for protect you. That's what you do. Because we're not going to protect you in this community. Those codes of conduct are not in the best interest of white America. Black children excelling and then being able to empower the black community, bringing it back to the black community, it's not in the best interest of white America. Black men and black women getting along and creating healthy families is not in the best interest of black America. The black population increasing is not in the best interest of black America. The African diaspora actually getting along and being able to help and support each other is not in the best interest of white America. The whole point of this show is talking about what's the best interest of white America, but also making sure that how we behave is not in the best interest of white America. It's in the best interest of us to make sure that we have for us what we need for us. But it starts by reprogramming our mind. We got to see each other in a different light. We have to see ourselves in a different light. Love is a word that we throw around so carelessly, so recklessly. But ain't no real love out here because the actions aren't present. The tree bears no fruit. The love tree has no fruit on it. The branches are bare. So what we gonna do? You either gonna barbecue or you gonna meal. All of our scholars, our master teachers, our historians, they have already told us all this information. I ain't saying nothing new. I'm just saying it my way. I'm just an updated brother saying it to the new brothers, right? But what we gonna do? What are you gonna do as an individual? What am I gonna do? Because our future is in our hands. The state of Black America 20, 30, 40 years from now is in our hands right now. The state of our children 20, 30, 40 years from now is in our hand right now. Are we setting them up to succeed or are we gonna set them up to fail? Yeah, we are in survival mode, and that's the problem. We are in survival mode. If I have another black person on the street with money, I don't want anyone to see me give it to them sometimes. Right. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Do what we got to do to make sure we take care of each other. We ain't trying to be famous out here. Just do what we got to do. Right. They can't kill us. Y'all about them. Hey. There you go. So, man, look, as I bring this to a close, I appreciate everybody, but I do want to get across that we got to work in the best interest for Black people in America, Foundation of Black Americans, the ones who are the descendants of the slaves who built this country, whose blood is mixed with the soil of this country. We have to do for us. And if we don't do for us, we're going to be assed out. Barbecue or mildew. What we going to do? Shout out to Ricardo Float, Tiffany B, Damon Reeves, Zenobia Indigo, Ali Cologne. Who else? Erkan. I might be messing your name up, I'm sorry, but Erkan, shout out to you as well. Who else was up in here? Who else was up in here today? I want to make sure. Cool name. Shout out to you. I thank you for your contribution to the show. Who else was up in here that I want to make sure non-immigrant. Shout out to you. Thank you for joining us. Anthony Jackson, shout out to you. I don't know what that comment, but Anthony Jackson, shout out to you. A Poem, shout out to you. William, you was in here tripping, but you helped more comments, you helped more views, you helped get out there. William was in here tripping. Sarah, I appreciate that. I put a comment in next time, Sarah. Yeah, you were tripping too. No, I don't think you was, but I don't remember. But shout out to Flack. Paula L. Moore, thank you. You know, I don't really be culture crack. Shout out to you. I don't really be tripping about these comments, man, about people getting in the comment section, going all willing in. I don't really be tripping, man. Abdus Ahmed, shout out to you. I don't really be tripping about these comments. We do need to get some moderation in these comments. I'm gonna figure that out because, you know, I got to figure all that out. So y'all help me. I got to figure that stuff out. I'm an OG. And Tiffany B, she already know. I'm gonna see Tiffany B later on tonight. That's my girlfriend. So I'm gonna see her and we're gonna slow dance because she like to do some slow dancing in the living room. So we're gonna slow dance, shooby dooby doo. So Tiffany, you already know what it is. Shout out to you. I appreciate you telling people to hit that like button. I love you. And we're gonna make sure we move forward. Black love in the building, man. Black love. Where your thing at? Black love in the building. We doing it. We doing what we do out here. Let's make sure we take care of ourselves. Let's make sure we do it. I love you all. Thank you for tuning in. Next Saturday, we back. Matter of fact, no, I apologize. Let me go ahead and say it now. So next Saturday, if I go live, it's a great chance I don't. If I go live next Saturday, I will be live from Blending, South Carolina at the Country Style Cook-Off with Art Fennell and the Country Style 2 YouTube channel. So they're having a Country Style Cook-Off. A whole bunch of black people gonna get together and we're gonna eat some food, barbecue, and have a good time. Just black people all in the building doing what they do. I've been wanting to go to this Country Style Cook-Off for about 3 or 4 years. Me and Tiffany, we heading up. We're going to the Country Style Cook-Off in Blending, South Carolina. So we're gonna be there. If I go live, it'll be from the Country Style Cook-Off. If not, you will have a video, some Negro news, my thoughts, whatever we're gonna have. But I will have something for you Saturday. It may not be live, but if it is live, I will be at the Country Style Cook-Off trisolating, and it's going down. So I love you all. Let's stay black. Let's stay vigilant. Like my brother Damon Reeves says, let's stay vigilant. FBA, B1 family. I'm out. I love you all. Catch y'all on the other side.